is it too early to give Eric Bieniemy his credit? Because I looked it up the other day and I noticed that Sam Howell made it into the top 10 leaders in passing yards. And that boy got like 500 yards. And, I think that has to go to Eric Bieniemy being there. And, and just the players we have the players we have to throw to, you know what I'm saying? Like they realize, yeah, I don't know who that is. Yeah, no, all right. Let me see. What's up, y'all? I was just thinking, is it too early to give Eric Bieniemy his credit? Because Sam Howell made it into the top 10 quarterbacks before last night, before Monday. He made it into the top 10 quarterbacks with the most passing yards in the league. And I think that has something to do with the weapons that we have, the game that we have in place, and I believe that all has been set up by Eric Bieniemy. And I'm just thinking, like, I think we won't really get our credit, or not me, but us and Eric Bieniemy. I don't think he's going to get his credit until we win against the Bills, and I think that will really put us on top, and that will really have people thinking we can make it to the playoffs. If we can beat the Bills, we do have a shot of making it into the playoffs, because that means that we have everything it takes. And before we played the Broncos, you know, a lot of people felt like we wasn't gonna win because Sam Howell has never been experienced or had any experience in playing at a different team's arena. So he had an away game, and that was his first away game starting. And he did great, you know what I'm saying? He still did great in the pocket, and he didn't throw an interception. And this was an away game, like, where you would think that it would be hard to hear each other and, had that conversation while you're on the field with your players. And Sam Howell did a good job, you know what I'm saying? And he came through with the W, and that game itself told that, it takes more than just one person to win a game. Because even though Sam Howell didn't throw a pick, I mean, he didn't do a phenomenal job. He did a decent job. He didn't have any turnovers on offense this game. So that worked out in our favor. And I could be getting it mixed up with the other game, but I don't know if that was the last game where he had a fumble, or it could have been this game. I'm tripping. But no. You know what? It was this game that he had a fumble. And I'm just thinking, like, okay, even though he had a fumble, he still had his team come back and help him out. And the first half we was looking horrible, but when we came back, we showed that we ain't give up. We still had some fight left in us, and I just like that about our team. And then the fact that we have Antonio Gibson, who is incredible in space. If you get that man some space, he got it, and he can pick up them yards. And then also you got Brian Robinson, and Brian Robinson, like, he did his thing, bro. Like, he really was the heart of the offense. He was the heart. He was what really gave everybody life, because he just kept fighting for yards. And that boy came away with 2 touchdowns. So, man, I mean, props to him. And who knew? Back in the day when we used to watch football and we used to watch the Commanders, we used to watch the Washington Redskins. When we watched them, you know what I'm saying, we'd have like a huge lead. And then right at the end of the game, we would blow it and we would lose. And I don't know about you, but it's been a while since I seen us come back from a huge deficit. I think it was an 18-point deficit, and we came back and we won. And it don't matter how you win as long as you win. And the best thing you want to do when you first starting off is get them W's out the way. You want to get the easy games when you can get those easy games. And the Broncos game, I would classify that as a hard game, because Russell Wilson is already established, and all he needed was a great head coach, and he got it now. So they on the up and up. Even though they've been losing their first 2 games, I still feel like they got potential. and we just were able to maximize on the opportunities. And it seems like they starting to blow all their games. They look like they the old Commanders back in the day, but they starting to blow all their games in the end of the game. But we came back, and it feels good to be 2-0. I mean, I can't remember the last time we was 2-0, but man, I'm man, what can I say? All I can say is thank you, Eric Bieniemy, and thank you, Ron Rivera, for getting him. You know what I'm saying? So where would we be without him? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. But I think we do need to take the time and give that man some credit. And everybody doubted him, especially when he was like at Kansas City, and now that he's here, a lot of people felt like he wasn't gonna do great, and he showed that he know what to do in clutch moments. And hey, when Eric Bieniemy started talking to the players, you already know we're gonna get a W. Like when he, whenever you hear the announcers talk about Eric Bieniemy had a good talk with him, or he had to talk to him, you already know that means we about to win. And that's what happened in the first game. We had to talk with them, and then we came back and won. So, man, I just appreciate Eric Bieniemy, and I just think he need more credit. But I know it ain't gonna come until we beat the Bills. And man, I really appreciate us. I appreciate our offense. Our offense is dangerous, and we got the right person to allow us to continue to stay dangerous. And our defense is lacking right now, but you could tell throughout the game we started getting more comfortable. And Chase Young showed up, and I told y'all Chase Young was gonna show up. I said it. I said that man got a little fight in him. He been waiting to get back on the field. So you see what happens when somebody's waiting. And then him and Montez Sweat both had a sack and a half. You know what I'm saying? And we had I think we had about 6 sacks in total. But we had a lot of sacks, man. And then we actually did our thing this game. And Sam Howell didn't get sacked as much. And one thing I want to see from Sam Howell is just him getting the ball out of his hand a little quicker. He's comfortable, and it shows that our offensive line has been doing a great job. They're just trying to build that chemistry and get better at it. And they've been doing a good job of blocking, so that's been allowing Sam Howell enough time to, really feel comfortable. I mean, I understand that, offensive line ain't number one in the league, but, I feel like we are decent. We in that 20 range. I feel like we in that 20. But I'm glad to see that we can get the ball down the field, and I love that Sam Howell is not scared to throw it down the field and really give our players opportunity to really have them one-on-ones. But, man, I'm going to wrap this up, man. I appreciate y'all for listening to the video and just waiting on me to come back with another one, man. And, yeah, I'm going to have more in store for y'all. Just appreciate y'all for hanging on, and subscribe to the channel, by the way. I'm out.